Yeah, hi there. These comments are for, I'm going to just use your initials. JTV, I believe, right? And you sent me, it looks like voice recordings for pronunciation lessons, number 14, number 16, and number 17. We got 2, 4, 6, 8. We got 9 voice recordings. My goodness. Now, from now on, if you can, just send me 1 or 2 voice recordings for one lesson. Let's work on that. Then once we get that done, I give you some comments, then go to the next lesson and so on. And it's a little bit easier. But here, let's get started. So I'm going to, I think, lesson number 14 here. See if I'm looking at them correctly here. It's hard to know exactly what order all these attachments are in anyway. So let's see if I can figure this out.
Number 1, of, 2, have.
I got it. So you're doing a little bit more practice with the V and the F consonant sounds, am I right? Now let me go ahead and find this lesson here for just a minute. Okay, I think we have it. Actually, let me go back to the beginning here. Hold on a minute. Look up the word. Okay, I think I have it. Okay, here we go. Start from the beginning.
Number 1, of.
Okay.
2. Have. 3.
Almost, but put a little bit more have, have, have.
Fine, line. 4, fun, 1.
You're getting there. You're forming, I think, the lips and your teeth together, but you still need to make a little more vibration. So find, vine, fan, van.
5, ferry, ready.
Okay, not bad.
6, fail, rail.
There, you feel that? You're getting it better on number 6. You're getting used to the sound.
7, give, give. 8, wafer, waver.
Right?
9, feel, wheel.
Not bad. A little more vibration. Feel, veal.
10, save, save.
So safe, save. Okay, not bad. All right, let's take a look at your next voice recording. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, let's go to the next one here. So I don't exactly know what order these are in, I'll be honest. No, wait a minute. You got 1, 11, 12, 13. Oh, I got it. I think I see the order here. So let me go to the next one. Okay, here we go.
Number 1, believe, believe.
All right, let's take a look at this one. Okay, got it. Yeah, this is your nemesis right now. The V vowel is hard for you, but you're working hard.
Feather, feather. together. Leaf, leave.
Leave.
Grief, grief.
Grief, not grief, but grief. It's actually the same sound. If you want to make it a verb, say grief, grieve.
5. Life, live.
It's more live.
6. West.
Not bad, especially the second one, vest.
7. Save, safe.
Okay.
8. Calf, cave.
All right.
9. View, fuel.
All right.
10. Often,
Oven. Okay, so let's keep going. So let's go to 112. Okay, here we go.
Number 1. Half of the thieves who have drained off the faucet that leads to the fine wine. 2. The wines and fines were left in the wine and will be banned from further use. 3.
Let's go back to that one
Will
again.
be banned from further use. 3.
Hold on.
2.
Here we go.
The wines and fines were left in the wine and will be banned from further use.
You're about 80% there. You're getting better.
3. A few very large ferries are believed to have transported berries and leaves to be used as compost.
Okay.
4. Due to his failure to save his friend from a lifetime illness, Fred finally figured to let the doctors operate, but to no avail.
Okay.
5. It is safe to save veal and wafers until one decides to give a waiver to those who feel like they do not want to eat it.
Okay. Pretty good there. Let's practice these one more time though. Let's keep practicing. Be patient. Your mouth will get more used to it. You ready? Number 1. Half of the thieves have turned off the faucet that leads to the fine wine. 2. The vines and fans were left in the van and will be banned from further use. 3. A few very large ferries are believed to have transported berries and leaves to be used as compost. 4. Due to his failure to save his friend from a lifetime of illness, Fred finally figured to let the doctors operate, but to no avail. 5. It is safe to save veal and wafers until one decides to give a waiver to those who feel like they do not want to eat it. Okay, now let's go to 113.
What is interesting is the researchers have
Okay, and we find the reading passage. Okay, here we go. Start from the top.
What is interesting is the researchers have continued Pavlov's experiments with classical conditioning using other subjects such as people.
Good, and then the word, what is interesting, they have continued. Okay, you're okay. Let's keep going.
They discovered humans are conditioned to very similar methods. For example, after a sound was continually combined with eating potato chips, college students came to salivate in reaction to the sound alone.
Okay.
Researchers have learned that many different organisms can be conditioned to respond to practically any stimuli, such as lights, sounds, or taste.
Not bad, and very good on your pausing, and you're also making definite changes with your intonation. So I think that the B consonant sound, I'm going to say you're 80% there. You don't have to send me another recording with the V consonant sound, but you should keep practicing, right? Pay very particular attention to the V consonant as you are practicing your English. I think that's going to be important. Okay, sorry, I had to check on something. Okay, let's go to your next recording now. Here we go.
Speak clearly, lesson 16. Voice recording exercise 1.
Okay.
Number 1. In 1761, John Arthur...
Okay, I need to find this one. Give me just a second. Okay, here we go. Then okay, so in this case, you're focusing on there's two sounds. I'm going to just call them the J and the Z hat checks. You have the J as in the word major. You have J as in the word major. And I'm going to listen to your voice recordings now to monitor your pronunciation of those two sounds.
Think and write and act. Speak clearly, lesson 16. Voice recording exercise 1.
Okay.
Number 1. In 1761, John Adams began to think and write and act against British measures that he believed infringed on colonial liberties.
Not bad. And then you have, excuse me, the word is British. You don't have to say British, but British measures that he believed infringed on colonial liberties. Hold on one second, we'll be right back. Yeah, come on in, just give me a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and listen to your next one here for just a second.
2. The ingenuity of the Polynesians' aging population is that they can introduce outsiders to their culture through total immersion.
Almost, but that last is immersion. Immersion.
3. The unusually huge fish caught today does not fit the usual fish caught which has been recorded on the ledgers.
Okay, pretty good.
4. The beige-dressed man engaged in fragile conversation with a board of patrons.
You got it.
5. The legend is that the general envisioned a vision military which would execute large measurable commands when the country was on the verge of war.
Now that one sound, that V, that fricative consonant there, the lips and the V together there was on the verge, of war. So I'm going to keep helping you a little bit with that. The vision military, verge of war. Okay, so let's take a look at these one more time. Where's she at? You can tell her she wants. Okay, number 1, let me just go over these one more time. In 1761, John Adams began to think and write and act against British measures that he believed infringed on colonial liberties. 2. The ingenuity of the Polynesians' aging population is that they can introduce outsiders to their culture through total immersion. 3. The unusually huge fish caught today does not fit the usual fish caught, which has been recorded onto the ledgers. Then 4. The beige-dressed man engaged in fragile conversation with the Board of Regents. And then 5. The legend is that the general envisioned a vision military which would execute large, measurable commands when the country was on the verge of war. And I think we have that one, right? So let's go. You have how many more here? I think we just did this one. So go to the next voice recording here. See what we have.
Voice recording exercise number 2.
Got it.
Depending on the accuracy of the measurements, estimates range from at least 4,000 to 6,000 languages in the world. Either way, this is still quite a large number. Usually,
now one thing before I forget, it's a word stress issue. It's accuracy. So that stress is on the first syllable there. So depending on the accuracy of the measurements,
languages vary greatly in size. We go all the way from English and Spanish with hundreds of millions of speakers around the world, even more.
Now before I forget that word, vary. So usually languages vary greatly in size.
If you count all those who use one of these regularly as a second language, down to small languages spoken by a few thousand or a few hundred people.
Now when you have that A or B thing, the tone on the first one is spoken by a few thousand or a few hundred people. So if I say I want to go to the movies or to the mall, that first idea, your tone has to be slightly inflected on the first idea there, and then when you get to the second one, then you drop it just a little bit.
Many go down lower than this.
And that word, not these. This is your sound, you gotta be careful about too. It's the it, it's this. So you have mit, meet, bit, beat, hit, heat. It's that it. That is sound is hard for you right now. So keep paying attention. I'll keep working with you on it.
Languages are spoken natively by only a couple dozen or so people. Verging on extinction, languages like these may go down to a single speaker.
Yeah, languages like this, not these, but this, it, this. Languages like this may go down to a single speaker. Okay, so we're good there. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I should think about afterlife. So I have like what, 5 questions to finish.
Yeah, right. That's it. Yeah, 306, you got it.
It's like 150 questions.
Tell them to come and join the party. Okay, let me download your next voice recording now, so I'll be right. Give me 1 second here. See, we got maybe 3 more here. Okay, let's see which lesson this is.
Speak clearly, lesson 17. Voice recording exercise number 1.
Got it.
1. Astronomer Michael Horn will lead a team that is planning to find out what...
Okay, now let me find that one just a minute. I need to find that reading passage. Give me a second.
306, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the final exam.
Oh, about the...
Okay, here we go, I got it. Okay, let's take a look at this one. So here, you're focusing on the K and the G consonants. We call these velar consonants in American English. Why is that? The tongue kind of bunches up, touches the roof of the mouth, but not the hard palate of the mouth, but a little bit farther back than that, the soft kind of part of the back of the mouth. So that sound. So let's see how you're doing with this one.
Comment number 1. Speak clearly, lesson 17. Voice recording exercise number 1. 1. Astronomer Michael Horn will lead a team that is planning to find out what's inside comet number 1 by smashing into it with a 771-pound copper hammer, the biggest they could loft into space.
Now the word copper, not copper, but copper hammer.
2. The king is going to get crazy when he finds out that the corn he has guarded is all gold.
Okay, good. Not bad.
3. Counting all the gases in the universe during the course of one's lifetime can take a number as high as a Google.
All right.
4.
You ever think about the word Google? Google is 1 with 100 zeros. Pretty big number. How about Googleplex? 1 with 1,000 zeros. So you can't get much bigger than that. Google.
To engage in regulating correct
Now wait a minute. No, to engage. To engage in regulating.
conformity is good, but can often lead to suggestive, creative, and negative aggression.
Nice on the tone, items in a series. So you rise the inflection, rise it, and then drop it on the third one. Not bad.
5. The consequences of aggressive crime gives criminals punishments mentioned in some magazines so severe that they may never work in normal society again.
Now be careful that interdental voiced consonant. The word that, they. It's kind of hard because you're producing the same sound in two separate words at the beginning. So severe that they may never work in normal society. So you have to get the tongue between the teeth, that, and then they, right? And then you can pronounce that interdental voice consonant, I think, a little more native speaker like. Okay, so let's take a look. I think we have your reading passage.
Voice recording exercise number 2. Classical conditioning is a form of learning in which two stimuli are associated so that the first evokes the response that normally follows the second.
Okay.
The first studies done with classical conditioning were
Say the first studies done, studies.
performed by Ivan Pavlov, a Russian physiologist.
Okay.
Pavlov noticed that the dogs in his laboratory salivated, not only when they ate their food, but also before they had taken a bite. Pavlov discovered that if he rang a bell before he let the dogs eat, eventually the dogs would start salivating as soon as they heard the bell.
Okay.
As soon as the dogs heard the bell, they began to act like a dog about to be fed.
Okay, you got it. Okay, not bad. So let's go to, we got one more here. See which one this is. One more voice recording. Remember, from now on, just send me a couple of voice recordings from one lesson. Give me a chance to respond to that. Once we're good there, then we move on to the next lesson. Okay, here we go.
Hi, Mr. Mike. I would like you to check the pronunciation of the word blessed or blessed, which will be the correct one. From a prayer of the Eucharist celebration. I have written the prayer in my email.
I got it.
So I caught.
I have it.
Blessed are you, Lord God of all creation, for through your goodness we have received the bread we offer you, fruit of the earth and work of human hands. It will become for us the bread of life.
Not bad. So let's work on it together now. I'm going to go ahead and read it. Then you can practice it a few times too. So, in this case, you are correct. Usually when we say blessed, we'll use it as one syllable. But when you put it at the beginning, and then you have your verb and then your subject, we'll say blessed. You ready? Blessed are you, Lord, God of all creation, for through your goodness we have received the bread we offer you, fruit of the earth and work of human hands. It will become for us the bread of life. There you go. All right, so you can practice that a few times. So I think overall you're making progress. The main thing, continue to get as much exposure to the language as you can. And I promise you, as you work, you will be able to be more intelligible to the Catholic parishioners in which you are in charge of. You'll be able to speak to them. They'll be able to understand you better. You will be able to make progress. So hang in there, keep working hard, and together we can do this.